Hey, sorry about that, guys. I guess I was gone for so long. I spent the past 2 minutes being like, wait, how do I go live on Patreon after scheduling again? I was clicking the buttons, and I was like, this isn't making sense. Something feels like it's either changed. I literally had to Google it, and I was like, I feel so dumb. But I don't know. Hi. So I was late because of my own incompetence. I apologize. Hello, hello. Hi, Izzy. Izzy is such a cool name, because I'm in the midst of another Grey's Anatomy rewatch. I only started watching this show like a few years ago, and I think this is either my second or third. I think this is my technically my third run through. Yeah, and I've hit like season 18 at this point, which I swear to God I was on season 12 like not that long ago. Hi, Laura. Also, hi to the new people who pledged today. Hello, hello, welcome in. Um, Hi, Brittany. I've missed you guys a lot. Hi, Treason. Um, I'm gonna be just like super honest with you guys. I wasn't sure if I was ready to go live today. Um, hey, Abby. Hey, Brittany. Um, Thank you, Treason. Hello, Butterfree. Hi, Roxy. Um, yeah, man. Hi, TC. There's still a lot that I'm not gonna talk about, and I'm not gonna like get into my thoughts on because I like the bottom line is like I'm not ready. um, it has been a, a very difficult time for me, and I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. So I apologize, but it's been a very difficult time for me and um, my health. Because unless you experience CPTSD, it's really hard to understand like what a re-traumatization does to you, not just mentally, but like physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's a very difficult process. And I had made promises that I wanted to follow through on, like with making something for Christmas, and then um, after the Christmas content, I was just kind of like, and even I think maybe a little bit before I like actually got everything posted, I just started really pulling away and detaching from social media almost to its entirety. And I started actually like trying to explore other spaces on the internet that I'm not as familiar with. Um, Hopefully taking a break is helping you move through your feelings and focus on yourself and your health. Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, that's kind of more or less like what I feel like's been going on. Um, I I'm just not ready to go like in depth about stuff yet, but at the same time, like I've just been dealing with like feeling really fucking frustrated that I'm still feeling so much like blowback and shit. And so uh, I don't want to spend the whole live talking about that, I guess. Hold on one second. What the fuck? No way. Here we go. Oh my god. Alright, well, you know, when it rains, it fucking pours. Anyway, sorry. What the fuck am I gonna do about that? Sorry. Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes it mutes me, and sometimes it doesn't. I got a very unexpected message. That's all I'm willing to say right now. Someone I just wasn't expecting to hear from. Anyway, in this live though, I started the cleanup a little bit before I actually went live. Like I like mostly cleaned up this side of the kitchen. 1 second. Okay. What are we doing, friends? Oh, I want to do a little bit of a cleaning. Hey, Demery, I'm really happy to see you guys. I'm gonna clean with you. I've been sick since Christmas, so I haven't been able to keep up. Yeah. On top of all that, I've heard a lot about the flu A stuff going around, and my brother got really sick, and like I don't necessarily think I had like as bad as like what I've been hearing a lot of people have been having, but I've definitely been like dealing with like a stuffy nose situation, congestion. Oh, I'm on video, Laura. I did leave and come back once or twice because like I said, I got a really unexpected message. I had to just make sure what I was reading was right. But if you try leaving and coming back, that would probably fix it because I can see me at least. Yes, my son and I and hubby got super sick for weeks. The little guy was so grumpy for weeks, of course, during Christmas, right? Oh, that's the worst. I had like multiple years in a row where I was like sick on every Christmas, and it was so stupid. I hated it. Excuse me. But yeah, my brother actually, he like just took off almost 2 weeks worth of work to basically have like a staycation. He's doing really good. He had a great Christmas and birthday, which is all I could ask for. And yeah, so I am supposedly, hopefully, starting my part-time job in a few days. So fingers crossed on that. They like finally fixed the fucking like I had so many onboarding problems, and I was like complaining about it to I think my mom or somebody, and they were like, "Are you sure you're not getting scammed?" And I'm like, "I know I'm not getting scammed. This is like a legitimate job. I did my research. Like, it's legitimate. I'm just not sure how I feel about how they're running things, but hopefully, because I have to do like the I-9 verification meeting really soon, actually. But if that, I just don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know what the hours are gonna actually like play out to be. Once I know more about that, I'll be ecstatic. So, it just took them like basically I was having all these issues, and like literally the day after Christmas they were like, here's 20 emails back to back to back fixing all the problems, and I'm like, oh, cool, that makes sense actually. They were dicking around till after Christmas. All right. And then the full-time job, it's literally January 4th, and they sent a couple updates basically being like, there's no update yet. And I'm just like, I'm not going to wait with bated breath on that front. But I mean, if I end up getting a job offer at some point, that'll be cool. Like an official job offer, contract or whatever. But they said it would be before the new year. And so, I don't know. Again, I'm not going to wait with bated breath. Awesome, Laura. I'm glad you're able to get it fixed. So what? There's like, honestly, a lot has happened, and there's just a lot that I want to talk about and can't, and I will eventually. But I've just been like really fucking raw And when I'm like that, I don't handle like the day-to-day triggers and stuff as well. So it's just like I'm just trying to figure all that out. So yeah, man. I can't decide. Should I clean the kitchen and then do the unboxing portion of the night, or should we unbox packages now? Hopefully, new job will be a good distraction from everything once it starts. Yeah, and I'm hoping I want to diversify my income so I can figure out how much energy I have and what I want to prioritize and structurize. And my biggest thing right now is like I'm not ready to deal with like one thing I will talk about the fallout of everything that happened on my brother's birthday was just how much I've always known, like, I deal with buddy trolls. I deal with people who come into my chat like constantly, who are from other people's chats, and like their goal is to troll me, to fuck with me in some capacity. And the amount of names and like things that I realized that happened that led up to my brother's birthday, I don't want to give them access to me at all. And it took me a while to convince myself that it would be okay for me to even go live on Patreon today, because I guess I will share this with y'all. For the first time in the entire time of my YouTube journey, I really sat down for like a while and just asked myself, like, do I want to do this anymore? Is this the dream? Is this where I pack it up? And I've had moments of frustration where I've been like, oh, like, fuck this. But I've never genuinely been like, do I want to walk away forever? It's always been like, do I want to like walk away for a while? Do I want to take an extended break? It wasn't until this recent situation I was like, do I even want to do this? And I've leaned towards at this point thinking that like I'm not going to like permanently leave, but I really do believe, and I'm still in the process of like thinking things through and figuring out what I want and what I need. But I don't think I'm going to ever interact with my content the same way again, ever. And I don't have all the answers yet. But I don't know what I want, essentially, to kind of answer your question, Izzy. I'm not saying lives are canceled forever. I mean, I'm literally live right now, right? But it's just been, I'm really hesitant to even really talk about in depth like what this time has been like for me, because I know that it's just going to be weaponized against me and being like, oh my god, she's playing the victim and blah 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 blah. And it's like, honestly, no, I'm just really deeply, very to my core impacted by what happened on several levels. Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. Like, one of the things that was a positive that came out of all of this is when someone deals with re-traumatization and you deal with flashbacks, a lot of the times, depending on like how the trauma is played out and things like that, it can bring up flashbacks and things to unrelated situations that either occurred around the same time or were impacted or triggered because of another event. And so there was a very specific thing that happened in 2023, kind of like the height of when me and someone that I used to be friends with, that I had a really public, nasty brawl on the internet with. Their name is Rain. And I've never really talked about them by name since the end of our falling out, which happened on my side, like before I started really being on YouTube. Like this all happened back like when I was a part of those other spaces online, and I was still trying to figure myself out, and I backslid, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I trusted bad people. That wasn't, I'm not even referring to Rain, by the way, but I trusted people that I shouldn't have trusted, and there was just like a lot of really shitty things. And something related to the man that was like weaponized against me recently happened in the height of that. He posted revenge photos of me online that I had never seen before. He posted them. And it happened at the height of that. And so when I was dealing with my re-traumatization, it then brought up all this other shit. And at that point, there was just like, there's just been so much disgustingness going on the internet. Not even just about me, just over many topics, frankly. But I came to the realization that I was really fucking tired of holding on to that resentment and anger, and that the only thing I hadn't tried to like fully get things to heal and move on was having a fucking conversation, and that I was the only one stopping that from happening. So I reached out, and we definitely didn't want to be friends or anything like that, but we were able to talk out all that shit, and it just again reaffirmed to me the truth that I'm not who I used to be. And that I've made a lot of changes and growth, and it does take me time sometimes to really process things. Sometimes I feel like I overcompensate really hard, just because like I'm trying to not be, I guess, slow. But my natural default is just I process things slowly. It takes time. It takes me a lot of time. And yeah, I know that happened a while ago now, right? I think that was like a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. I think it's been about 3 weeks since all that came to a head. But these past like November and December were shit. So, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting a part-time job or getting this part-time job rolling, and kind of seeing how that goes, because I don't know. But yeah, I kind of just been rambling. Sorry, guys. It's been, like I said, it's been a long time since I've gone live, and I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update, and I just want to say that there's been a lot more happening behind the scenes in my life too, and I was really hopeful that by because today's January 4th, right? I was hoping that well before now I'd be able to be talking about it more in a more public way, and I'm just not. I just can't yet. So yeah, thank you, Demery. I appreciate that. What do you think of the ALO live stream craziness? I knew someone was gonna ask. All right, Audie. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I feel like if I was really honest about what I think and what I feel, it would land me in a lot of internet drama. And with my health, I literally can't handle that. So there's some things that I know that I can't say. And what I will say is that, because I had a couple people message me, and I was a little offended that people would even think for a second that I would even consider doing anything LCU related. But I would quite literally rather chop off both of my arms and try to swim through the ocean than panel on LCU. So just want to throw that out there real quick, because I'll speak for myself. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the only people that truly enjoy the LCU content is the people that like grew up around pure chaos and yelling and screaming, and they find comfort in that in some weird twisted way, because that show is it's so stressful. Like, I can't even watch clips of it. I find it, it's giving Walmart Jerry Springer. That's real. I think it's garbage content from well before Amber's involvement. I fucking can't stand Keemstar. I've never liked Keemstar. I've watched. It's been a long time since I've watched Philip DeFranco regularly, but I used to watch him very, very regularly, and so like I know a lot about Keemstar's like OG internet history. He is a bad man, and I don't understand how anyone could choose to do that to themselves. And it's like, that is a decision that is made purely for one reason, and that reason is money, and that it has absolutely no regard for the people that actually support you and are the reason that you have a platform. The people that like Amber aren't watching LCU. It's unwatchable. And I don't respect it. I just don't. And I've probably already said too much. But trust me, there's a lot more I want to say. I don't get it. And I think it's a really shit move. I really do. I think it's like, I understand like the fear. Literally, I was demonetized too. You know, I understand the fear and the uncertainty. But it's like, you never catch me doing that. That's all I know. That's all I can say for myself. Yeah. It's like, I did see someone mention that like LCU seemed a bit cult-like, and I was like, you know, the way they talk about Kim and like the way they talk about things, it's just like, I just don't like that like edgelordy type shit. Like, in the big year 2025 and the age demographic for the people acting that way, it's confusing. Never be me. I don't get it. But I I still watch like Sansa Cooks, but I've tried watching some of this stuff, so I picked up bits and pieces, but there was like long chunks of time where I wasn't watching anything related to the topics because I was just like trying to avoid triggers at all costs. So I just kind of like bubbled myself because I needed to heal, because I was trying to still engage and still do stuff, but I was still like just coming across triggers every which way. So I had to have like a good set of time where like all I did was like play Spider Solitaire and watch Grey's Anatomy and sleep. Like, yeah, it's just, it sucks, but that was my reality there for a bit. And I just, as a content creator, I don't understand wanting to prioritize feeding your hater base over your fan base. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I've been dealing with triggers too. I too am in a bubble currently. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Demery. Yeah, it's been a time. So, but yeah, I saw with Foodie, she was like the day before her Twitch got taken down because she doxed somebody. Carl, get it together. But she was talking about how like she doesn't want to do LCU and she doesn't want to degrade herself like that. Cut to literally the next day, she's talking about doing LCU, and I'm just like, how's the weather? Cold. Also, hi, Dad. I also need to do the ice cube trays. Do you want to do that now? Okay. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab the ice cube trays real quick, and then we came home from Striphanger to a foot of snow here. Oh wow. What was I saying? Oh, I want to do that, and then I need to. Oh, I'm gonna go grab the packages and bring them in here. I was just dilly dallying, honestly. So I'll be back. Well, my brother somehow got some Kool-Aid in our ice cube trays. What is? It's like, that has to be. What the hell would that be? Fuck is that? Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I guess it just is probably sat for a bit. It's like dried up. So it's thicker. That was weird. Okay. Anywho. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi. Sorry about that. Okay. So, my goal from here on out is to just hang out, clean, chit chat. So, after Christmas, I asked my brother to pick up like a pack of like sandwich rolls. I wanted to have like a nicer bread to make Christmas leftover sandwiches with. And he came home with, so I sent him like 2 different pictures, and one of the pictures they were called like Cuban sandwich rolls or something like that, and they were like longer rolls like this. And he came home with a 24 pack of like Cuban dinner rolls. So I ended up just making like mini sandwiches out of some of the dinner rolls, and my brother ended up eating the majority of them, which he's a bread man, so it's Stan Levi. Everyone else you thinks they're the superior normie in the mix of the real LOL cows, and the delusion is so sad. Yeah. I just think the entire concept is fucked up, and it's literally like Keem has made himself into an LOL cow content creator pimp. Like, it's weird. Like, he gets 50% of the cut for having the LCU verse. It's kind of like a MLM in that way. Good on you for distancing yourself, though. There's no good way to participate. I never wanted to. No one from LCU ever reached out to me or offered, but yeah, I would never. And I don't want them to know who I am. That's how I feel about it. You know, like I want to be as far removed as physically possible. And Boogie's disgusting too. That's the thing. It's just like, no, thank you. What was I talking about before? I don't remember. Ew. I'm gonna just open things. Yeah. I hope that I know what this is, because I want to talk about this and open this, and this is one of the things I'm most excited, because like I got some things in here that were just like kind of like needs, but I did get some wants. And I just called it all a Christmas shop for myself. Yeah, it's January 4th. We need to talk about that. Is this it? Yes, it is! Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. So, thank you, Treason. Hey, Mama. Yeah, it is best that way. The best thing I got for Christmas is a little dust humidifier. It's amazing. Well, hell yeah. So, a lot of the journals that I own are like partially filled, but I don't own like a bunch of empty journals that like I don't ever write in. I don't buy them super often. But like if enough time passes and I don't continue filling it out, then it feels weird like finishing a journal from 2011 and like 2026, you know? So but this is probably maybe the like second or third time in my life I've completely filled a journal. And so I was like, when I realized I only had a few pages left and it was like right at the end of the year, I was like, it's time for a new journal, baby. So I went on the interwebs and I found one that I love. Look at her. Ah! Stunning. Gorgina. There's a little place for your pen. It's got like, it's like silver metallic-y, what is a word? Like chrome holographic page edges. It comes with a little bookmark because I'm only like 50 pages into my book. Because I was just too sad until the past like few days to read. But that, whatever. But I was like, oh, I can use this in my book because right now I have a fucking unused napkin as a bookmark because I don't want to bend the pages because I'm not a monster. And oh, look at this! Thank you for your purchase. Oh, Typhossi is the brand. Typhossi? I don't know if I'm saying that right. They're more than just a company. We are designers of your workspace dreams. You make beautiful journals, so I'm not hating. Like, she's gonna be gorgeous. I'm so excited. Hi, Bailey. Yeah, this wasn't crazy expensive. It wasn't cheap, like, because to me, I think it was just under $20. But like, I plan to finish this one. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but like, this is my like deepest, darkest secrets journal, So, like, oh my god, I love it. It's so great. Huh. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Let me. Yeah, Dad, they don't have an option for lined journals in the merch, though, unfortunately. Which sucks. TBH. Okay, this was also in here because I'm like pretty sure I corrupted the SD card because my computer immediately recognized my new hard drive, my terabyte hard drive that I got from one of you guys. And so I got this because I wanted to just try to see if I can get the card to read elsewhere in case it's maybe the SD reader in my computer that's the problem. And this was cheap, and I just thought it would be good to have because like my brother doesn't have one, and so I grabbed that at some point when I was like talking to my family. All right, but this is probably the thing I'm the most excited about. Yeah, honestly, for the quality of this journal, I feel like the price is not bad. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. Oh, so I placed this order because I was I forgot why I started looking up more goodies powders, but I think I was like wanting to like I realized that I was wrong in my initial understanding. Not all of them have the same exact like caffeine contents and ingredients, and so I was looking at the different flavors and different options and like why some ratios are better than others, so that way I can maybe take them for different reasons, because sometimes I might want a goodies powder that doesn't have caffeine if I want to go to bed, things like that. And these were on Amazon. For these boxes, they normally retail, depending on different factors, between like $4 to $6, maybe even $7. These were $1.98 each, and I was like, "Come again?" So I looked again, and I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna get two for that price." Because this one has less caffeine than this one does. And this one has just aspirin, 1,000 milligrams, and this one has aspirin and acetaminophen. I had to give my brain a second to boot there. I was like, what am I reading? What's happening? What's my name? Who am I? So I just hope they don't taste like complete ass, because I already struggle. Hold on, I gotta check my notifications 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it's orange flavored, so I'm hopeful. We'll see, because there might have been a reason that it was so cheap, you know. But I was like, that's that's such a good price. Like, yeah, no, we gotta risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so I got myself a wireless mouse for my laptop, and then I got myself an upgraded webcam for my laptop. Hopefully I'll use this on Twitch in the future. Let's see. Oh, this is a gift from someone. Let me see what the card says. Okay, I don't think they want me to say their name. Yeah. Okay, I will message them later and thank them and send them pictures. But they told me about this candy. They're called Gingins. They're ginger chews. They're supposed to like help with nausea and I think some other stuff. I'll probably just wait to try these because I don't know if this person's on. I don't think they're on Patreon. So I use this for pregnancy sickness. Works good. Awesome. Yeah, I was actually really struggling with some nausea earlier today, like hardcore. Yikes. You just gotta get through shit, you know. Oh, and then I got these. Or no, this isn't what I thought it was. Never mind. Okay. So this is one of those things that I got because, like, we really needed it. But sure, Christmas gift to me. Print, inker print. Inker print. We got some inker print right here. Sounds about right. Save some of the ginger for me to try too. Sure. Do you want to try the orange and the original ginger chews? I think there was a apple flavor that I want to try. Well, we'll see how I feel about these, but apple and ginger is a vibe for me. Oh! So one of y'all told me in the YouTube comments when I was talking about my computer chair. Inker print, love it, yeah. I'm a real wordsmith. I'm real good worder. Worder? What? Oh, and the fact that I'm sober. But one of you guys in the comments when I was talking about my computer chair during the Christmas special videos, mentioned Scotch Guard. Apparently I brought this up to my mom today, apparently this isn't like a one-time done thing. That's kind of how I took it from the comment, and my bad. I didn't look into it further. I just was like, that exists, click buy. So we're going to try it out. We're going to see if I'm a Scotch Garter girl or not. But it's a fabric water shield, and I was told to do 2 coats of this on my computer chair. And it would basically make it like waterproof and stain-proof. That's what I was told. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Because I don't want to put a cover on this chair. My mom's exact words to me today were, I strongly urge you to get a chair cover. And I'm like, I don't want to. Why would I buy a pink chair if I was going to cover it? No, I don't want to. So we're going to try this first and see how it goes. I need that for my couch. I'm trying that. Well, if you want to do it now, go for it. But if you want to wait and see how I feel about it, you can also do that too. Because, I don't know. To be fair, I don't know when I'm going to do this. But, yeah, man. Okay, but if I was going to get a pink cover for the chair, then why would I have gotten a pink chair? Like, if I got a cool-looking chair, like, I could have just got a basic-ass, boring-ass, black-ass chair and then got a phone cover. But that's not what I wanted. I want this chair. I don't want to cover it. Yeah, I'll wait and see because I shampoo my couch so much from dog stains and kiddo stains. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think I just opened this box upside down. I hope that doesn't cause any problems. Hey, Mel's. Remember what I told you about what your grandma said about cough? I don't know what she said, and I don't care. Oh, I know what this is. This is also a little Christmas gift to myself. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Ain't no fucking way. So, which one broke? You motherfucker. Oh, my God. So, I got myself a 9-inch glass pie plate with a glass lid. Because, like, what was so annoying about, like, the pie that I made was, like, trying to put it away and, like, get it in and out of the pie pan. And we don't own anything like this. And now I'm annoyed. So, hopefully it's not too late. Because I wait. Well, these didn't come that long ago. I haven't waited that long to open these. But still, this is annoying. I'm annoyed. Yeah, this is annoying. Damn. And I got a pretty good price on that too, I feel like. So that's just also annoying. So, the rest of my Christmas gift to myself. I got these wireless headphones, gaming headset headphones. So hopefully this works out well. And then I also got this. My friend Courtney recommended these to me specifically. She sent me the link, and she sent me like a bunch of Instagram videos, and was just talking about how much she liked them. She was like whispering the whole time. It was great. Because these don't, I guess, like require Bluetooth or anything. It's like just like plug and play. And this microphone was only like $17. So like this was not that expensive. These headphones were not that expensive. I think they were a little like they were more than like $20, but they were not that expensive. I don't remember what I paid for them, if I'm being completely honest with you. And then I don't remember how much this was. I know it was under 50 though, or around like the marker of 50, I think. So it's not like a super hot, super like crazy one, but it did mention having a good microphone in it too. So I was like, if these other things don't work, that might help. Just because my built-in microphone on my laptop is such shit. But yeah. So I got some fun things. Mainly the like electrical equipment. But I also got the ink and this. That was very needed. Yeah. That's my little haul. I'm very excited about this. Journal is gorgeous. I just want to go like write it. I've been journaling a little bit more. And I want to start like trying to be more consistent because thank you, Demery, because the pink journal I actually started writing in it like the first week of January in 2024. So it took me 2 years to fill it because there were really long gaps where I didn't write in it. But there are some days where I will write like 4 pages front and back, you know. It just depends. Yeah. I think I said this recently on my Instagram stories. But it's just like, it's really hard, like when you're personally going through something or like going through really heavy things, and like life is really hard and really heavy, like on a very personal, individualistic level. While at the same time, like on a global or like national scale, there's like really terrifying, scary things happening what feels like every 5 minutes. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm really struggling to cope through it. So if you're struggling too, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to say you're not alone. Because being an adult is hard. Living in this modern world is really hard. And like, something about the past like 2 years especially, it's just been such an escalation in like the enjoyment found in cruelty on like a societal level. And I really hate it. I hate it so much. I feel like I've really woken up recently to just how bad of a situation it's become. And I just want no part in it. I feel like there were parts of that I used to participate in online and stuff, and I have no desire. None. I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. I wonder, I'm scared to try to experiment with this microphone now, because my fear is like I'll try to plug it in and get it to work, and then if I don't like it and unplug it, and I'm worried about fucking up the audio and having to like restart the live completely. I don't know. It might be fun. It could really, I don't know. This could make my audio so much better. I want to play with this. I wish I could send you a pic of what Mama Jean just handed me. Yum. Did she make a homemade pecan pie? I'm jealous. That's something I've been wanting to make. Oh, I never finished telling my story about the dinner rolls. So he bought those dinner rolls, right? That was like 20 minutes ago. And then at some point we like talked about it, and I explained it to him because I told him the reason I wanted the bread, and I guess he just saw the word Cuban and didn't fully compute. It's, life happens. And so after I explained it to him, he came home like 2 days later after that conversation with like a 6-pack of the correct kind of rolls that I wanted, which was kind of funny because like I didn't explicitly state that I was like, I didn't want him to buy it. I was just explaining to him like, hey, like when I texted you this, you came home with this instead. And I forgot to say like, oh, but like, don't worry about actually buying the bigger sized rolls. Because we only had so many leftovers. I froze part of the ham, so like I took the bigger slices off, and then like I cut all the extra chunks of ham off the end of the ham bone and diced it up and froze those. And then I also froze the ham drippings and bone. Maybe I'll make like a ham broth or something in the future. So like last night, I think, sometime yesterday, I think, I slashed open that sub rolls because I was like thinking about what I wanted to do, and then I realized I was like, what's today's date? And if this bread doesn't get used, it will go bad very soon. So I slashed it open because I'm gonna basically let them go stale, and then chop them up, and I'm gonna make a French toast casserole out of them. Because that kind of bread, once it's stale, will make like a really good French toast casserole. Ah, man, I wish we had some breakfast sausage. This should be lit. I have Italian sausage. That's not the same. Not the same in the slightest. Okay. So I guess theoretically, you can plug this in to the power, and this would be plugged in for the microphone. And then you can charge your phone. Because she said you can charge your phone while the microphone's plugged in. So I'm assuming that's what this is. I want to play with this so bad. I have to really talk myself off that ledge. We'll play with this another day when I've, like, you know, planned for it. I hate. And I just started playing. What's happening? Can you guys hear me? One second. Okay. Because I think my phone the audio randomly connected to my laptop. That was super weird. Anyway, let's deal with that later. Okay, so but you can hear me now, Demery? Like, audio is good now. I'm out of sync. Okay. Let me know if I'm still out of sync or if there's anything weird going on. That's weird. Okay. Let's give it a minute, because then maybe I'll just restart the live. I don't know. I wanted to play with the microphone anyway, so. But I think I've had this happen before, and it's, like, fixed itself, ultimately. So. Gotcha. Gotcha, Dad. Okay. It's fixed? Okay, cool. That's what I figured. Alright, I'll take that over there too. Put that right there. I kind of want to try one of these. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Hobbies. This is called a ginger chew. This is the mandarin orange ginger. It's not as like strong as I assumed it was going to smell. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I love it. Oh my God, this is such a commitment. Don't bite the whole thing. Oh my God. Oh, my water's empty and my refrigerator's covered by boxes and I'm just cursed to keep chewing. Okay. Okay, let's talk about it. All right. God damn. Oh. All right. So, the first 3 chews, okay? I was like, oh, like, this kind of reminds me of a high chew. At first, the texture was phenomenal. And the scent of the ginger wasn't that strong. Oh, go fuck yourself. And oh, Christ almighty. And at first, it's like you mostly taste the orange. And it's kind of sweet. And it's really nice. And you keep chewing. And suddenly, it's like you're chewing dots covered in molasses. And I hate dots. And I do not like molasses. So the texture went from being really pleasant to nightmarish in 0.2 seconds. And then as you keep chewing, it gets suddenly like spicier and spicier and spicier and spicier. Motherfucker, hold on. So I have like hot breath right now, like from that amount of, like I could see, like, if I took a small bite, a way where I might enjoy that more or eat it to help me, like, feel less nauseous or whatever. It was a journey, and it's like the texture of what, like, a crunchy vegan mom trying to make Laffy Taffy out of beets in a dream, you know? Like, it really just, it gives, like, that kind of energy. But weirdly, I don't hate it. I think it's like one of those things where it's like, I think if it's for a purpose, I'd use them like a cough drop, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be like, ooh, I need me a gin just for shits and gigs, you know? Like, I don't think that's for me or my journey. So this one is just the original ginger. This one's gonna be less sweet and spicier than the orange. So I do want to eventually possibly try an apple one, but my mistake was eating the whole thing. That was, whoo, doggy. That was something. So I need to, figure out what I'm going to do about the glass pie dish. Wait, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, nearly. Okay. Damn it! Oh, good. Okay. All right. Okay. I have these sitting out, still trying to get stale. Right. Okay. I love the chair. Thank you, Brittany. Yeah, I really enjoy this chair a lot. I'm very blessed to have it. Thankful. Good luck, Dad. I hope you both sleep well. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. And come and hang out. Love you guys. Okay. I haven't cleaned a fucking thing yet, and it's 7:15. I just got water all over me though, so you know I'm talented like that at least. I just got water all over me. Also, shout out to the first person that got my tier 3 Patreon subscription. Like, we ended up video chatting for like a really long time because we ended up having a really good conversation. So, yeah. Wait, I'm so confused. This is a clean pajama top. Why am I looking at stains? I know this is an old. I don't think you guys can even see them. they're just like, I know this is a really old pajama top, but still. I'm like, damn it. Okay. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do next, I'm just gonna move over to this. I'll do the dishes for a bit. And then I think I'll go ahead and I'll whip up a French toast casserole. I'm having fun. It's really nice. I really miss this. I'm just trying to like reduce my stress as much as possible. I'm feeling pretty good about today's live. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you for being here with me. Do you guys have any questions about anything? A lot's happened. And I haven't talked to you guys like this in like weeks. It feels kind of weird. But yeah, I was curious if you guys had any questions for me. Thought I'd ask. Right. 1 second. How are you doing? How are you feeling about the new year so far? I feel like today's been one of the first days where I feel like I genuinely am starting to feel and see improvement in the past like 2-3 weeks for me. And I know, shut up. I don't know how to be honest about how I've been without coming across a certain kind of way, which is why I feel like I'm still like being semi-vague, and like, you know, I have discussed that like I'm not feeling great, you know, like my health is taking a huge hit because like when things like this, when I go through situations like this in life, like when big things like this happen, it has a direct like physical reaction and consequence, unfortunately. And I've just been stuck in survival mode for a while. And so I'm really hopeful about 2026. I don't have much to say for it yet. I am planning on returning to Twitch at some point. I just don't know when. What things are you looking forward to doing this year? I really want to get myself to a place to where I can like financially go out and explore and do things, like have access to transportation and like be able to leave the fucking house. Like my biggest goal would be to get myself situated to where like every so often I could pick a random place within a 4-hour radius to like go have a day trip at and like go out exploring and like doing different things. Like that would be like my biggest dream. I was literally scrolling on TikTok the other day. Like this is probably gonna be sad to a lot of you, and that's, you know, whatever, it's just my life. But I scrolling on TikTok, and I specifically came across like just like it was like a video of someone who was like vlogging, like just driving out on an open highway. Like it was, I think, from the perspective of like seeing their hands on the wheel and like the windshield. I sat there for a minute, and I got to the point where I was like literally like, and I've been pretty emotional and trigger happy anyway. I was literally like just crying about how much I missed driving. I just, like throughout my 20s, I road tripped a lot between Georgia and Indiana and Nebraska and Indiana. I would also randomly road trip up to Kentucky to see someone that I used to see a lot. I loved driving. Like, I love it. Like, I still love it. Like, I could not express to you, like, the joy I would feel if I was able to just, like, go on a small road trip. I would literally, like, I just have to give myself time to figure it out. I'll get there again. But it's hard. I feel so priced out of a vehicle. It just, and it's like, I just don't know. But yeah, for me, Demery, I feel like that would be the thing, like the biggest thing that I would want to do this year. There's one other thing I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I'm heavily anticipating it. I think I am looking forward to it more than I'm not. I'm just really nervous and anxious about it. That's an amazing goal, girl. Thank you. Yeah, and like I love doing those types of vlogs too. It would just like if I had a car. Where would your top choice for a road trip? Right now, like if I could pick realistically what I would like what my dream like road trip would be, I would road trip up to Fort Mountain. For a 3-day stay in a resort cabin up in the mountains. And have I would probably specifically wait until like October. So, and I would if I could plan it right, I would try to plan to be there before all the leaves fall, but the colors have started changing. And I would I would road trip up there, and then I would also drive up Fort Mountain. I would visit the mountainside that we spread my granddie's ashes on. I would I would visit the apple houses and just go exploring. I did that in 2020 with a friend once. We didn't stay at a resort cabin, and it was like but we went on like a random adventure, and we just drove around aimlessly in the mountains. So that was really, really, really fun. And I miss Georgia so much. I don't know if I would want to live there again necessarily. One of the reasons why I love living in Florida is like I feel like the climate is really beneficial to like the issues that I have. Like the heat's not great. The heat is a huge downside. But like I don't have to worry about the brutal addition of mega joint pain during the winter times as bad. Like, I went outside recently, like late at night, and it was like seriously like close to 30 degrees. Like, it was fucking cold. But I'm the kind of person where I run kind of warm, so I like sitting out in the cold. But it was so cold even for me that like I had to be wrapped in a blanket. But yeah, like I can't deal with the snow and ice shit, and like Georgia still has some of that. No, thank you. And they lack the infrastructure to deal with it. And I don't fucking like the Georgia police. No one does. But and the other major difference is the springtime in Georgia, the pollen storms, like my allergies, my lung issues were a lot worse when I lived in Georgia. I feel like I just don't get a lot of like the environmental issues that I got in Nebraska and Georgia that I do here. But like Georgia's like my home, and specifically the mountains, just they're like my favorite place to be. So, right. Let's fill this water real quick. Oh, I never took the pie plate into the living room. I left it on the counter. Oops. Okay. Relationship goals for 2026, romantic and or non. The relationship goals for 2026 is to not trust bad people and not get my heart crushed. Sounds like a good plan to me. I know last time I asked you, you said you were having computer trouble. I still am. My parents, until very recently, were visiting friends in a neighboring area of Norway. And I didn't want to ask my dad to deal with my computer shit while he was visiting a friend's house. Like, he did offer, like, just side note, like, he wasn't like, no, fuck you. But I was just like, he was like, yeah, we can do it, we'll have time. And then I just was thinking about it. And I was just like, no. Like, it sounds like he goes back to work tomorrow, so. Also, to be just like on the real, I haven't been in a place to really deal with it. I did eventually like try out my hard drive, and I was able to isolate that part of the troubleshooting. And now that I have the SD card reader, actually, I am going to double check the SD card, because once I can figure out if my SD card is completely fucked or not, then I'm going to know what I need to do, because I either I'm going to try to restore that SD card and figure it out that way. Or what most likely will happen is that won't fix it. And then they will, what was I saying? What's most likely going to happen is, what I think is going to happen is the SD card reader is not going to fix the problem. I think it is actually just corrupted completely. But if it's not, then I will try to, recover the files that way, and try not to have to completely reformat my computer. But what's most likely going to need to happen is that because the SD card got corrupted, that means all the source files are inaccessible, which means I can't access OBS to uninstall it even. So there's just like blank files that are taking up space but not actually like accessible or taking up space. It's like ghost files because the source drive is gone now. So it's like I'm so annoyed. So yeah, it's one of those things where if it ends up how am I this forgetful? I was talking mid-sentence. And like that's even crazier because like I'm not stoned right now. I'm not. But I feel really spacey. It's so weird. I play your videos in the background while I do life. They're my comfort content. Well, thank you, Bees. I appreciate that. But yeah, so anyway, it's going to just be a big pain in the ass. And like no matter what way I slice it, and I feel like I'm much more like in this current moment apt to handle it than I have been these past couple weeks. So I am planning to get to it relatively soon, especially because like I am supposed to be like hopefully starting my part-time job really soon. I don't know. I'm worried to be like, oh yeah, I'm starting it on this day, and then like something else happens. I've already had a couple problems with them, so I'm just like I'm kind of like a little trepidatious on that front. Does anyone have any tips on like how to get these actually like clean? Because this is so gross. And I hate it. I remember when this air fryer was so new and shiny and nice. And it's like I bought these like silicone liners and these different liners, and he uses them sometimes when he remembers to. But I don't know how to get these types of like trays like clean pink stuff. The paste might do it. I have an excuse to use my paste. You're so right, Bessie. You can get it off Barkeeper's Friend and a scrub pad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this pink stuff will work. Let's, because I can use the pink stuff and then run it through the dishwasher. Let's see how this works. The paste is magic. You were correct. I've not come across something yet that I've been like, oh nope, can't do that. Maybe I need to soak this first. Yeah. Okay. We are going to do this other dishes first. Getting ahead of myself here. Possibly bees. I'm gonna reread the instructions. It's been a while. I don't know if this roaster pan can go in the dishwasher. And I'm kind of scared because if it can't, my mom might actually like kill me. I don't know. I feel like it can. Do you guys have any opinions for this kind of pan? Damn, Demery, that is impressive. Do you guys have an opinion? Because I might just play it safe and not, but frankly, I feel like it def can. Yeah, I already had to replace the Instant Pot. I mean, that was a different scenario, but like, yeah, I don't think it has any kind of like non-stick anything like that. It's okay. Everything's okay. I might just not and ask my mom later because like this is one of those situations where like just some patience could go a long way. Alright. Okay, you know what? Shut up. Hold on, that's the dishwasher or whatever. Alright. And then oh. Motherfucker. was just really quiet for a long time. Sorry about that. I was trying to think of like what I want to talk about. And I feel like so much has happened recently. Like, not even just in my life, but just in general. And I'm like, I don't even know what the hell, like, what I want to say. Like, shit's been fucking crazy. You know, I don't know if any of you guys even know what's going on, but, oh, well, okay, what have you been doing to cope? I've been doing a lot of, like, self-soothing distraction techniques. I was able to get, some more, like, THC products, so once I got those, that helped me finally kind of get out of my fight or flight enough to, like, relax. But I think there was, like, a day where I dosed a little more than I normally do, and I was kind of like, that took like, I was like, oh shit, nope. Because I tried a new product, THC infused Cheetos. They were really, really good. And so they were dosed a little differently, and so I think I accidentally had a little more than I should have. So I was kind of like in space for a day there. But you know, that's life happens sometimes. But yeah, they were really, really good. Yeah, definitely. They didn't even taste like a concentrate product. Like, they were fucking fire. They were great. Cause like when I re-up, I get different types of things, and I have like a system because I always order like my THC concentrate shots because those last a long time. And so, obviously, if you buy something like Cheetos, you can't have them laying around forever. They just get stale. So, like, things like that, I'll try to use those until they're gone. And, yeah. So, but the downside to that is, you know, like, you gotta be careful, because like that's one of the reasons why like I don't use THC every single day, all day, every day. Like, I have certain rules and boundaries with it and stuff. Especially with concentrates, because you just don't want to build too heavy of a tolerance, and you don't want to like abuse them. It can just make you feel really shitty. That's why when I realized I accidentally took it, and it wasn't like a crazy amount, because like for me it's like if I do anything over like 50 milligrams, I'm like kind of like woo, you know. But I try to keep it, my dosing, in the range of like 30-60 milligrams max at a time. Some people have way higher tolerances for that kind of stuff, but I try to not build a higher tolerance, because then again, also it gets more expensive. Girl, I do 10, I'm on the floor. Yeah, I do have kind of a higher tolerance. I do for sure, because 10, I feel like it just doesn't help. Like, it's not enough of a dose for me in my body, you know. Like, truly, it just doesn't feel that way. Okay, we are going to make an executive decision here, and we're just gonna set this over here for now. I use THC the way I use alcohol, rarely and for special occasions. I don't think our mind is supposed to be altered on the regular, honestly. I get that, but THC has been one of the only truly helpful treatments for my PTSD. So, but I've just kind of had to learn my boundaries with it, and yeah. Like, I'm a huge believer and proponent of, like, tea breaks and shit. Talk about it. Like, you're addicted to weed? Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Because some people get so, like, angry when people say that they're addicted to weed because they think, like, it's impossible. But it's like, you can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to weed, too. I've definitely had situations and moments where, like, I wasn't doing great in life and I would want to, like, start using it more heavily or in ways that aren't as good for you. Stopping using what is it called? The vapes entirely has really helped, because to me, like, the vapes medicinally don't. No, I don't think they should be considered medicine. And I find that form to be pretty addicting, honestly. Even in recent history, I had a month or two where I bought 1 or 2 vapes, and then that was the last time I ever did it. I think I talked about it at the time. I have to just not be around them. Yeah, you can't convince me the addiction is impossible either. I agree, New Name. I think it's like, because people get caught up on the fact, like, because they say, it's not addicting in the way that, like, heroin is, right? But it is something that can be abused and addictive in the way of, like, alcohol or gaming or food is, And I think to not acknowledge that is dangerous. But, there are people who also take things like Xanax and Ativan and other medications that can also be very addictive to people, but they do have important medicinal use and need, It's just, again, it's one of those things about knowing your own personal limits and your own personal needs and boundaries, right? And I do it for medicinal reasons, yeah. And that's what's so hard, too. Because, there are a lot of, like, people with legitimate, like, chronic pain diseases and chronic pain issues that are, like, addicted to opioids and stuff, Like, it's a real problem. And it's like, I'm definitely not the person with the answers, right? But it's like, it's like, completely outright banning those things is just not the solution, in my opinion. But it is something that needs to be regulated and used in certain ways. Clap that tea. Oh my god, I haven't said that in forever. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I was actually, it's actually probably in my best interest to not put the ham pan in here anyway, because I can fit a lot of this other stuff in here in its place, and I can just hand wash the ham pan. I just hate hand washing really big dishes. Like truly, I find no enjoyment in it, especially like with my hand shit. So happy to see you live again. By the way, your lives are so fun and comforting for me. Thank you, Treason. I'm hoping that sooner rather than later, I feel like strong enough and up enough to start like being in live public facing again. I genuinely don't know what I want. I don't know what I want for my content. I don't know what I want for myself. I don't know. I just don't know. And that's kind of why like there's been some back and forth and just being kind of like, I'm trying to communicate the best that I can, but and just kind of handle. I know it to you guys. It probably feels like, man, like that happened weeks ago. Like, why are you still talking about it? Like, why do you still care? What happened to me was really fucked up, and I'm just not over it. So. Sometimes you need to take time to ground yourself before moving forward. That I agree with. So cool. Motherfucker. Alright, I'm just cleaning this up first, this casserole dish. Because I also have, I just recently defrosted the gravy that I made. Because I froze it because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. But I defrosted that and I found another little packet of ground beef. I have this vision. It's basically going to be like similar to a shortcut shepherd's pie. But I don't have frozen mixed veggies. I have like cauliflower rice and mashed cauliflower. And like, I think I have some forms of cauliflower and broccoli that I could use instead. And I want to basically just like mix the gravy in with the beef and some veggies. And then I was thinking about putting that in a pan with some mashed potatoes on top or something. Yeah, I was going to saute some onions too. I have 2 onions left. I believe they're still good. So I was thinking about doing that too. But I just don't know what I actually have the energy for. And that bread needs to get cut up and used like today. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. I might end up doing both. Because I just don't think it's gonna be that hard to slap together. Although I do think there's a bit of mashed potato left in the fridge that needs to get thrown out. I would need to make new ones. I think I made a little too much mashed potatoes for just the 2 of us. I was like, I want there to be enough for leftovers because I wish I had made less potatoes and an extra box of stuffing based on like the leftover ratios, how they went. But that green bean casserole was so fire though. Anyone here hate winter? I always feel depressed in the winter. I love it when it's warm. Yeah. You know what's so fucking funny is I was like talking literally just about a month ago about how like I was really surprised. I wasn't feeling that depressed. Like I was really happy because I really struggle in the winter. And then I've just been in like such a deep depression bout, bro. And like I understand part of it is circumstantial, but like god damn. Not fun nor fresh. Fried mashed potatoes is so good in a frying pan with some butter. I wish I had thought to try that, Brittany. It's been snowing constantly here. No word of a lie about no word of a lie about 10 feet of snow so far this year. Running out of room for it. It's getting a little much. Wow, Brittany. Yeah, I'm. There's a lot of things about not living in Florida that like are not great. The no snow is fantastic. The no snow is like a 20 out of 10 recommend. Girl, we're both depressed. We're not alone. Yeah. Very true, bro. I'm sorry that you're struggling with it. I know how much it sucks ass. Okay, put that there. Okay, you can go right here for right now. Alright, let's do a couple things here. I am do not like these Sam's Club little dishwasher tabs. They're not great. They're not unusable, but they're just, I would rather pay a little bit more for something better. Oh, what the hell happened to the outside of this dishwasher? I should grab that electric scrubber, the pink spray, and go to town. Ew, what happened here? Did he have a Kool-Aid spill? Is that why there was, like, shit in the ice cube trays and there's this shit here? I'll live then. You are not alone, but I am here with you. No far apart. Is that a Michael Jackson song, or am I thinking that up? Alright. So. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna hand wash this too, because I think this would be great for the dish that I want to make. And this is long overdue to be cleaned. Oh, and yeah, besides the ham roasting pan, I just have this cookie sheet with 2 cutting boards, so pretty much everything fit in the dishwasher, thankfully. But, appreciate y'all's patience. Do you find doing dishes therapeutic? No. I wish. Hi, Lauren. Thank you. I wish that I found cleaning to be a helpful coping skill. For many, many, many years, cleaning was actually like a triggering thing for me. And it still can be. And it's really annoying and stupid. And it's, I don't get into that online. But, you know, sometimes it feels nice when my brain is fried from life. Oh, not always, though, yeah. I clean to procrastinate other tasks. I've done that, too. I guess it's not the worst thing, but I've definitely... It's like if I've got something way more scary and daunting to do or going on, then I'll be like, sure, let me go ahead and clean this thing I've been avoiding cleaning, because I would rather clean this thing than do this scary thing. But that's not an always thing. That's only like when there's something really, I feel like, scary. So this is going to need to soak for a bit. I think I'm going to actually get things soaking. I feel guilty when I do nothing. Another issue I have, sadly, to beat myself up if I'm not moving or doing something productive. Yeah, I have that same problem. It's just a lot of the time I still let myself do the nothing, even though I'm beating myself up the whole time. So then it's not actually that restorative anyway, because, man, Rosie, damn it. These are my favorites. God, I hate dealing with depression. God damn it. Fucking rip. Man, I really try to avoid shit like that from happening. Damn it. So, my two favorite flexi cutting boards, they have a no-slip bottom. And a while ago, I came into the kitchen and I like soaked a bunch of stuff and I like kind of pre-scrubbed everything. And then I didn't come back to it for too long. Like, even by my normal standards of like giving myself a little time and trying to mitigate stuff, like I went way too fucking long this time. Like, and I've been, because I'm just gonna keep it 100. I've been fucking on the struggle bus, okay? And in the middle of where those two boards met, there must have been some trapped water or something, because there's just like a certain size splotch of like mold that grew between them. And there was no other issues with any of the other dishes in here, because like I said, they were pre-soaked and like pre-scrubbed. So I'm so pissed. I've had those for a long time too. And it's like, so I have that bigger wooden block cutting board, right? You see back there. And I bought that one, and it said it came with like 7, I think. Comes with it was like a lot of flexi cutting boards. But they suck. Like, the flexi cutting boards don't have the like skid proof bottom or whatever, the slip resistance built in, and like the quality of them is subpar, and so I'm extra annoyed at the fact that it's the only ones we have that are not from that shitty set. So I'm just annoyed. They were old anyway, but like, and they're really beat up and getting to a point where honestly they probably need to be replaced. But like, I'm just irritated, and I'm like, that sort of thing happened to me. I left a coffee cup out, didn't realize I hadn't washed it, and I found chunky mold in it. Oh my god, yeah, I try really hard to avoid those kinds of things, just because honestly it can be triggering for me. Not a super severe one, but it can be. And I was going to use one of those cutting boards. I was physically in the middle of washing one of them, And I was like, I turned it over, and I was like, what the hell? Because it was on that cutting board. It was on the slip resistance side, on the bottom that you're not supposed to cut on. And so I was like, what the hell got stuck in here? And then it took a second for me to register what the color was, and I went, wait. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because then, as soon as I realized, then I smelled it, because I didn't smell it immediately. And it's also just annoying, because I know my shit gets, like, screen grabbed and clipped and posted other places and shit. Like, I'm not stupid, but, I just try really hard to avoid those kinds of situations while navigating and accommodating my mental health shit. And I thought I had done enough, and I made a mistake. So, found mold in my favorite Stanley knockoff water cup recently. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I don't remember how long ago it was last when I did that deep clean of my cup. I'm not noticing any issues yet, but I'm gonna probably try in the next like month or two to do another deep clean like that, just because I didn't do it for like the longest time because I just didn't think about it, because I literally use it all the time, and I do wash it, but I don't like deep clean it all the time. And I really noticed a huge improvement after, because like I think I soaked it in like vinegar water. Yeah, so I use vinegar instead of bleach. I don't know how I feel about using bleach on something that I drink out of. That weirds me out. I know it's probably fine when you like super dilute it or whatever, but my rule is if it doesn't go in the dishwasher, it doesn't belong in my house. Otherwise, I constantly let things over soak or sit out too long. Yeah, that's so real. So, like, my fellow American viewers, how are y'all coping with being American? Because I'm not doing great with it right now. Because what the fuck is happening? I feel like we're such a joke right now. In like the most unfunny, scary, terrifying way possible. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like we're like, I feel like we're living as like citizens of Gotham City at this point. You know what I mean? Like, just it's pure fucking chaos. Every day I wake up to an even crazier headline. Yeah, like I feel truly so desensitized to it to a degree that I really don't like and scares me. But it's like I don't feel like I genuinely don't feel like I have the emotional capacity on like a personal individual level to even properly cope with like the magnitude of what's happening in this country, in this world right now. And sometimes it makes me feel really selfish. But then I just have to remember that like I'm only one person, and like I care. I care a lot. But if I care too much, I'll kill myself with how much I care. And I don't mean that in like a direct way. I just mean like in a stress way. You know what I mean? But like I'll get myself to a point of like no return, and I think I just think the lack of like compassion happening in the world right now on like a societal level is one of like the scariest things I've witnessed in my time on Earth. Relatable. Good. I'm glad you can relate to that. Because I'm so pissed off about this cutting boards. I need to let it go. I'm so mad. So mad. At least I have some other ones. Like, because it's just frustrating because like with my hand stuff, that wooden cutting board is not easy to use. I like to use it when I make steak, which like, man, I still have steak in the freezer. I really need to like unthaw one and have a steak day. But did I have a good Christmas? Yeah, Levi and I had a good time. Did you guys see I uploaded a 3-part Christmas series? If you haven't seen it, it's really fun. I share like a lot of really fun memories, and I was like really just trying to push through and like find the joy and the good parts of things. So that was like my main focus, and so I was like, I'm just gonna listen to music and do whatever the fuck I want, like whatever. I just didn't want to completely go dark and do nothing for Christmas. So I waited to like fully detach until after that was done. And then like I did like schedule the uploads and stuff and do that way. Why does my head hurt so bad? Ooh, I didn't. I will watch those. Yeah. I also uploaded them to YouTube. Okay. Alright, let's make... I actually don't even have a recipe. We're just gonna, like, slap this shit together. How's that sound, folks? Those are much appreciated, by the way. I'm super excited to see your Christmas dinner. Thank you. I had a really nice time, and I was so pleasantly surprised when my brother sat down and I realized, like, he didn't have his phone. Because he always turns on his phone and watches stuff. He sat there and like actually ate with me and like talked with me, which we don't do that. So it was really nice. See, like these don't have there's like one side that's kind of like studded or something. I don't know what the word is, but this just it protects the stovetop. That's about it. These are not that stale. These are not that stale. This is not stale at all. Okay. I should have probably taken them out of the wrapping completely and like laid them out individually. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna at least like start cutting these up, and then I might make these tonight. I might let them sit out longer. Maybe I'll just do this bread part, and then I'll make the gravy meat dish idea that I have. Okay, now here's the question. Should I do little cubes or little slices? I kind of am liking the idea of little slices. Chat, tell me what you think. I'm going to start with slices. That's enough slices. OMG girl, I went to the in-laws and had an edible. I wasn't supposed to be strong. It was, and I was so high at the in-laws I had to pretend not to be. Oh God. Okay, quit Gucci. I think the little slices are gonna be cuter. Do you guys agree? I think I'm gonna actually just do slices and not cubes. Yeah, slices. Yeah, I like slices. Yeah, me too. I wonder, can I layer it like a lasagna? But then what would I put between the slices? Like a French toast lasagna? What would you use? Obviously, you'd make an egg batter mixture, right? To soak the slices in, but I'm trying to think. My first thought was like, well, yeah, the closest thing that came to mind was like Greek yogurt, but obviously you can't cook yogurt. That defeats the entire point. And I thought like peanut butter drizzle maybe, but that's just not. Eh. That is satisfying to cut bread. Yeah. Fruit compote would be good between the slices. Ooh. I've got blueberries and strawberries. Fruit compote with a peanut butter drizzle. I have the chocolate peanut butter. So I could do strawberries and chocolate peanut butter, or I could do blueberries and strawberries with peanut butter. I don't think I want to do chocolate and blueberry. That's a lot of steps, though. So we'll see. I haven't cooked in a really long time like this. Honestly, there's like a lot of days I wasn't really eating anyway, so. Or even just fruit tossed in sugar and then baked in between would probably make it saucy on its own. I have frozen fruit. think I'd rather make it into a compote first. Just because, like, if it wasn't, like, cooked all the way through, like, the strawberry part, or if it didn't cook enough, it would just be kind of like hot strawberries instead of a compote. I feel like it would be better because it's frozen. If it was fresh fruit, then, you know, it's another conversation, but... But yeah, honestly, when I went grocery shopping when I did, I'm glad I bought the stuff that I did because it really helped me a lot. Like, I knew I was like, this depression is going to get worse before it starts getting better. I like cheese and ham with my French toast, but I'm a savory girl and not a huge sweet fan. I mean, a savory French toast casserole is not so bad, actually. But, and I have so much bread here, we might be able to make a second little casserole, who knows. I'm a savory and sweet girl. Oh my god. Did any of you guys, did you guys watch, like, Savory Girl on TikTok, aka, like, Holly? Are you guys, like, she's, like, the savory girl who, like, tries different, like, smoked meats and canned meats and olives and pickles and stuff. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Anybody here? Because she recently got into some controversy. And as far as I knew, she was like a wholesome, like, cool content creator. Of course you do, Abby. And she accepted, like, first of all, she does not know her audience well because she accepted an AI sponsorship. And, like, ew. 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 Do you know how many emails I get on the regular from companies offering to pay me to talk about different AI companies? It's actually astonishing how much my marketing emails have turned into this AI powered company, this AI powered this AI powered that. You know what's so frustrating about being someone that, like, a lot of people perceive as being, like, an evil piece of shit for, like, no fucking reason is, like, the amount of times that, like the amount of things that I could be doing that would make me so much more money and, like, help me improve in certain parts of my life that would come at the cost of my morals that I don't fucking do because they come at the cost of my morals because I'm not a piece of shit. It's like I just don't understand it. Honestly, that was a nail in her coffin for sure. Yeah, apparently she used to go by, like, cooking or baking with Holly or something like that, and she rebranded. I watched this random girl's TikTok who was like, I've been following her for years, like, before she was Savory Girl, and talked about some stuff about, like, how like, she wasn't that surprised and da 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 da, and I was like, oh, interesting. So she is Australian. Because I heard people talking about that because, like, they weren't sure if she's Australian. That's really weird because she fakes an American accent. That's weird. Because someone did say that she spells savory like the Australian way. I saw someone talk about that on TikTok. Overheard it sneak out her old videos. Someone did a montage. Weird. Please send it to me, Abby. Weird. So she's like, yeah, because people were talking about how she's like, her content is very Americana, um, which I agreed, and I was like, yeah, like, she doesn't really, um, like, there's just people were talking about, like, certain parts of her content I was like, man, that sucks, because I just enjoyed the aesthetic, you know, it was just nice. It was like fun and lighthearted. It's like, why do people gotta be weird? Exactly, all right, adjacent vibes, yep. Do they spell savory like Canadians with the U? I think so, yeah. I think that's how it was spelled, something like that. I need to drink some more water. I'm okay with my hydration, but so I don't know what I want to do right now. I really need to cook and I want to cook, but like I don't want to cook. You know what I mean? I'll feel better for it though. Yeah, I think it's the same as how they spell like color with a U, you know? It's like, well, thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I know I can. I just, ugh. I hate feeling this like unmotivated to do stuff I normally enjoy doing, you know? But the world keeps spinning. Come on. God, this. Oh. I really do like this casserole dish. It's heavier. I feel unmotivated at times. I feel you. Yeah. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and I gave myself some time, but I can't. I can't. Yeah, I can't stay stuck. So. So oh my god, I think this might be a bit too much bread for this purpose. Yeah, I think I might have to find a smaller. I'm gonna have to find a little smaller. So I would consider this. Oopsie, yeah, I can't even fit much more. Okay, let me try this again. Yeah, I can just space it out more and it'll probably cook better. Okay. So for now, I'm just gonna put the rest of these on top because I want these to get a little more stale. Is this prepping or are you eating this today? I don't know. I have a feeling I might have to prep this. Because I just, like, it's not stale at all. I feel like if I leave it out overnight, um, it'll work better. So I'm just putting this all in this casserole dish just to make this process easier. Oh, like you love this dish? Yeah, this I got this to replace the big blue one that my mom had, because the paint started peeling up. I wish this was a little lighter. Yeah, it is pretty. I really like it. I just wish it wasn't so heavy. Alright, what do I want to do? Alright, I've got 2 onions. I can brown up that ground beef with the onion, mix in the gravy. I think we're gonna add some cauliflower rice. I wish I had some frozen mixed veg. Oh. Okay. Excuse me. Actually, I think this pan might be better for this idea that I have. I think the gray one might be too big. Thank you, Treason. Yeah, I really like my computer chair. I'm very happy with it. Oh, yeah. I'm in. Honestly, I kind of feel like showing on music. I feel like I'm not talking enough. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna turn on some music because Oh, thank you, Demery. I was just worried. I was just sitting here thinking. I was like, I feel like I'm not being entertaining enough. I am happy to be here. I really am. New Year's resolutions. No. Don't be sorry. It's great having you live. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I just don't. Just like ultimately, really, I have no desire to deal with anything possibly remotely inflammatory. Like I need calm, chill vibes. Yeah, I don't really have any specific New Year's resolutions now. Oh, Peach PRC has an upcoming album. Did I pre-save it? Is that why it's showing up here? Oh, I did pre-save it. Okay, good job, me. Too much pressure making them. Just gonna try and do better than I did last year in any way I can. Yep. I feel that. I just don't feel like I'm in the right place to talk about the changes I want to make because I'm not ready to make them. Like follow through on those changes. So I think we'll. It's just like really, the center is a really weirdly thick texture. Like it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like the center just seems kind of weird. Oh, I put cauliflower rice to steam in the microwave. I'm just gonna throw it on it near the end. Those eyes are like fire, burnt inside your funeral prior. Just slightly, like, I'm not gonna do the smallest chunks. I kind of want the presence of onion to be known. Oh, don't cry. I always buy sweet onions, so thankfully I very rarely deal with the tears. I have a couple times, I won't lie, but. think I'm going to be live for a while. I've already been live for most of the hours, but I think I might just make everything up tonight. Gonna go to sleep, Rosie. I hope you do another live soon. Thank you, Deborah. We'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow to finish. We'll see. Hope you sleep well. So I think we're going to do tried and true Worcestershire on the onion. I'm not adding any salt to this until I taste it with the gravy. I'm not adding a lick of salt because that gravy is so salty. My God. I couldn't believe how salty it was. So I feel like if I cook it and add it to the onions and meat mixture and cauliflower, I may want to add a little salt. I probably won't because of how salty the gravy is. But I would think I will add, I got some garlic. I think I will add some like garlic, onion powder, garlic, and Worcestershire to what I'm adding the gravy to, just so there's a little bit of flavor. Ooh, that's funny. Okay, I think I've been waiting long enough. These shorts are surprisingly loose on me. I don't normally have to pull them up like this. Oh, here. I'm gonna wait to add the Worcestershire. So, oh, I need garlic and onion powder. I turn this down a little bit. Literally smells like it's burning. Just put it on. I think I might need to add a little bit of water. Because it thickened up really well with the cornstarch that I added. So I think if I add a little, like not a lot of water, I think I might want to add a little bit of water though to loosen it and make it stretch further. I'm just not sure this is enough. Dress with the tights underneath. I got the breath of a loud cigarette on my teeth. She's an actress. She ain't got no heat. Money from her parents and a trust fund back east. Girls with the toes. Inside of some other cheeks to tell your boyfriend. Says he's got beef. That I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Do you know when I was a teenager how badass I thought that line was? I feel like so many like of my peers felt the same way. It's so funny. We're like, ah! Trust the heart, never trust the heart, don't trust the heart, don't trust me. Take your hand, shaking the ground, like a fan. Fitness, so on the stage. Purple lipsticks all over the page, rub up bruises over your arms. Shaking out the fingers on the bottle in your arm. As is knows who you are. Just another girl. Trust your heart, never trust your heart, never trust your heart, don't trust me. She said, touch me, she wants to love me, me, Shush, girl. Shut your lips. You know, I'm really glad I did decide to do this live today. I know I don't know, maybe I just feel like insecure, I guess, that I'm not like doing. I don't feel like I'm 100% back to being myself yet, I guess. So I feel like I have to kind of keep myself still somewhat guarded right now. And that sucks. I will not be a slave above water. So many ways. So many water. Don't you know me? My soul's intentions. What's real? So my goals for this upcoming week are I'm planning to start a part-time job. Hopefully that all goes the way it needs to go. I don't know why I feel so trepidatious about that, but I do. I'm just like, I don't know. I think I do know why. It's because the onboarding process has been annoying. And then I want to like work on troubleshooting my computer, figuring what that all is gonna need to entail. For me to kind of get back to, you know, I'd like to. Excuse me. I would like to experiment instead of using my new equipment. Because at some point, if I want to get back to streaming, I really want to try. Oh my God, so perfect before I forget. I'll be sit for a minute because I wanted to develop some color on them. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, I want to experiment more because I guess I'll talk us a little bit about you guys that are still here. With you guys that are still here, but I want to eventually get back to trying to do more stuff on Twitch, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep using Restream and trying to stream on YouTube, at least for a while. I kind of like the idea of using Twitch as a way to experiment with other types of content. Like I talked about how I wanted to play Neopets on and just kind of if I just feel kind of hanging out with you guys and dicking around and doing whatever the hell I feel like doing, I kind of want to just hop on Twitch and do that, and then I want to, for now, I may still do some. I don't know what I want to do in regards to the cooking content, but at least for now, that stuff I plan to do here. So, I'm just still trying to figure out everything as I go. So, I really appreciate your guys' patience, and that's why even though I'm not I've scaled back a lot. I've really wanted to make sure that I'm at least producing something exclusive for you guys here, minimum once a week. If not, I'm trying to do. My goal is to do 2. But especially when I'm not scaled back like I am right now. Percent. Sure, whatever. This is actually a lot of onion to meat ratio, but I got mad about it. Left you for freedom. Oh my god, January 6th happened in 2021. I was sitting here thinking, I was like, when did that happen? It was like 2 years ago, right? No. God. It's crazy. So I had a weird train of thought happen internally. I was thinking about different things and it landed on me being like, wait, when did January 6th happen? Because I don't want to talk about, I'm really not in the mood to talk in depth about politics, but it's just like, it's hard not to think about some of these bigger things happening in the world right now, you know? It's really scary. And I will say, like, I find I honestly probably need to do some more research to understand what the hell is happening with Venezuela. Because I don't know any of the backstory. And at first, when I first heard about what was going on, I was mortified, obviously, because like that's an act of war. And like, no, thank you. And then I was hearing how like people were talking about people in Venezuela were like happy about it, and I was like, what? So I was like, I think I need to look into this because I don't quite understand the significance, and I think it's really big and scary and confusing, you know, and like that's all real and true and valid and stuff, but like I don't like to be ignorant to those kinds of things. I think it's important to at least have a basic understanding. And I think I really learned a lot about that, like when everything first happened after like October 7th. I think that was in 2023, right? Yeah. And like before that time, I'd always kind of heard in passing people talking about like the conflict between like Israel and Palestine and stuff. But I never bothered, honestly, to try to learn more in depth until after like that level of atrocity. So now, like when things happen like this on a bigger scale with international news, I feel like I approach it differently now, in a better way. But it's hard to not feel like consumed by these things. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but like it's like this double-edged sword of like wanting to be in the know, wanting to not be ignorant, wanting to have an educated opinion on something, have understanding for it, compassion for it, while at the same time, you know, trying to protect and guard yourself. Because like I'll speak for me, like stress makes me literally sick, and I have so much of my own stress that I'm dealing with. It's like the added stuff on top of it, it's draining, I guess, you know. I'm sure y'all aren't tuning in to hear my in-depth views and thoughts about politics anyways, but that's just something that's been heavier on my mind recently. And I'm trying to like, oh no, it's just, I've been trying to find what that balance looks like for me right now. I don't know if I've found it. Since of our past. Some Worcestershire. Distance. Take it up to you. Something crazy. With your hands. Take it up to you. Okay. Meat's almost done. So we're gonna take this steamed, drippy ass cauliflower rice. I'm just gonna dump this. And then we're gonna do a good amount of onion powder. And some garlic powder. It smells really good already. The garlic scent coming from the cauliflower rice is actually really nice. Sweat. Seeking shit. Just me. Just see your face, be still, be brave. And to say, be still, be brave. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. It's just cooked ground beef with onion, garlic, the steamed riced cauliflower, garlic and onion powder, and Worcestershire. No salt, because I'm adding this. This has such like a salty flavor to it. I'm hoping that this is enough. See your face, be still, be brave. Be still, be brave. Be still, be brave. And then
This is the gravy left over from Christmas that was like too salty. I said I froze it like shortly after Christmas, and I just recently unthawed it. I'm gonna start with that much water. And if I need more water, I'll add it. It's a little thick on the thick side, so the water is gonna help obviously loosen it a little. And also, like I said, super salty. So we'll do a little taste test once this has cooked for a bit. And this is me just slapping shit together I have in the house to make something hopefully edible. It's gonna be my goal is for it to be similar to shepherd's pie, but it's not because there's no mixed veggies and it's a shortcut version of what I have in the house. Let that warm up and get it hot. And then I'll taste it and we'll go from there. So I'll give that about a few minutes. But when I made the gravy in the Christmas special, I used a packet, and the only thing I did was I substituted some of the water with ham drippings, and I think it just made it way too salty. Which in hindsight makes sense, but I was trying to just make it like extra fancy. And it did not work. I used I just had to be really light-handed with the gravy because the flavor wasn't that bad at first. It was like kind of just an assault to the senses because of how salty it was. But if I put like just the littlest amount on the bite of potatoes, like it's actually pretty good. But it just was too concentrated, basically. When you come to rage against my sins, I'm okay. I can try my best to just pretend. You wake me up, or will you drown me out? So will you wake me up, or will you drown me out? We're getting it to simmer. Perfect. I'll let it sit for a sec. I'm going to scrape the bottom, actually. I kind of almost wish I had made rice instead, but whatever. You wake me up, or will you drown me out? Will you wake me up? Stay at the bottom. Stay away if you want me to. You take my bottom. It's ain't getting over. I definitely don't think it needs more water. In fact, I might let it kind of simmer for a bit. Yeah, I don't think it needs any more water. This is what we're at right now. It's like kind of like a meat chili texture because it's got rice cauliflower, so it's a little more like that than like texturally wise looks like than like a meat sauce, than like shepherd's pie. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let me just take a little bite. I'm gonna add a dash of MSG. I'm gonna add some more garlic and onion powder. Down, would you say I'm worthy? Onion powder. I'll do some black pepper. Where I go. Okay. Add a little more Worcestershire. Just me, I'll give it a chance now. And open the jukebox. Start to dance and I'm singing like the want your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. Don't make me lazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Don't resent, put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Pushing more like a magnet too. My heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Uh-huh. Ooh. That snaps. Something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. The first date. I wasn't catching the shower. Are you guys doing okay? Okay, I'm gonna add a little celery seed. Not a lot. Come on now, follow my lead. Baby crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Come on now, follow my lead. Oh, come on now, follow my lead. Love with the shape of you. Jump on like a magnet. Heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Everything is covering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Wow, 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 wow. In love with your body. Wow, wow, wow. Ooh. Okay. I think at this point, I wasn't sure. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt back. Because with the water, it really did tone down the salt a little too much. That should be good. The song is so catchy. I love it. Yeah. Girl. Every time I hear this song now, I can't not think about the time someone sang this song to me. Girl. Bye. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Bring something brand new. It's really good. Yeah, it just, the water made it really need more salt. I'm glad I added the water though. I actually almost considered adding some chicken bouillon powder. If I had beef bouillon powder, I would use that for this, but I got some salt instead. The flavor on this is phenomenal.
The song is called "A Moment Apart" by Odessa. I love this song. It has no lyrics or vocals, as far as I remember. Well, there's some kind of lyric, like singing, but it's you can't really. It's not really words. If it is words, it's very distorted. Yeah, she's saying anything, I have no idea. Yeah, I think I'm making an executive decision. I'm going to finish the French toast stuff tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on live or not. I'm really low energy and it's bothering me. So, I'm just gonna whip up some instant potatoes. I'm so excited to use up that fucking gigantic carton of instant potatoes my mother bought. And I don't remember if I've said this to her directly yet or not, but I need to tell her to never buy it again, because I feel like there's been so many times I've wanted to buy like fresh potatoes and like make roasted potatoes or homemade mashed potatoes, and I'm just like, I have all these instant potatoes that need to get used, so it just like doesn't make any sense. But I'm gonna just make up some instant mashed potatoes, and I think I'll just eat and go to bed at this point. Maybe I'll record a little video for the French toast casserole, or I'll do a little live or something. I don't know. I'll think about that. But yeah, I will see y'all around. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.